face be that of peace and calm. Feel your tongue drop away from the roof of your mouth. Feel your jaw soften. Start to notice that natural breath as it freely moves in and out. Noticing what part of your body that breath moves in. Do you feel it in your belly? Do you feel it in your shoulders or your back? Let's take a deep breath in together. So empty out first. Full breath in, fill up. Feel those lungs expand. Open mouth, exhale. Just take a couple natural breaths again. Noticing any changes that you've created. And let's bring both hands to that low belly, so right beneath your belly button. Make sure your spine is tall, but still relaxed. And as we breathe in, fill that low belly as much as you can. Feel that low belly expand out. And then exhale, pull that low belly in towards your spine. Good. Every breath. Fill. And then exhale, pull it in. Couple more breaths just like this. As we move that diaphragm up and down our abdominal, we free up a lot of tension that we hold here. We're stretching these muscles. We're relaxing our whole abdomen. And we're strengthening our core. Last one. And now we're going to move those hands up to the lowest rib. So take a second, just feel that low rib and feel that low rib on the outside. So on the sides. Again, nice tall spine. As we breathe in, feel those ribs expand outward. And then exhale, just let them gently draw back in. Good. Every breath, feel them expand. Feel them expand off of your spine. Good. Again, a lot of tension that we hold here and all of these ligaments and tendons and all these things that connect our rib cage together to our sternum and to our spine. So good to stretch these out. Bring some new blood flow to them. Good, one more. Perfect. Relax your hands onto your lap. Keep your eyes closed. Let your natural breath once again take over. And just start to notice any changes you've created. We're going to take a big breath in as we reach our arms all the way up to the sky. Nice big stretch. Good. We're going to interlace them when we get here. And then we're just going to interlace our palms together and then flip our palms away from our body. Nice big stretch. If you can, take those feet out in front of you, nice and long. Point your toes up, away from your body. And then release. Good. Get yourself towards the edge of your seat. Know that the back of your chair is always there if you need that stability. Good. Feet are a little wider than hip distance. It gives you that stability. And we're going to breathe. Reach in. Reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. 2 more, just like that. And again, listen to your body. If you know that this hurts your shoulders or your rotator cuffs, any part of your body, limit the movement. You can always do small movements. Okay, last one, breathe in. Good. The most important thing is that we're just connecting our breath to our movements. All right, hands are going to come to our knees. And we're going to move our spine here. So as we breathe in, we're going to pull that belly button forward. Shoulders roll back. Maybe we look up. And then exhale, we're going to round. We're going to pull that belly button towards the back of our seat. And then inhale, pull that belly button forward. Exhale, round. Good. Keep breathing and moving. Again, connecting that breath to your movement. Last one, just like that. Nice gentle movement for our spine. Good. Come back to neutral here. Awesome. We're going to roll out our shoulders. So inhale those shoulders up together. And then exhale, roll them down and back. Just 2 more, just like that. Breathe them up. Exhale them down and back. Last one. Breathe. And down and back. Good. Now one at a time. So just like we're swimming. Good. And again, limit yourself. If this bothers you, if you feel this, it doesn't feel good, make those movements smaller. They could be tiny. Good. Or they could be big and you can kind of turn as you go here. Good. You'll feel that stiffness in this part of your body. Good. Now we're going to reverse. So the opposite way. Good. And release. Perfect. We're just going to reset. Big breath in. Reach it up. Exhale it in. 2 more, just like that. Breathe. And exhale. Last one. Perfect. We're going to bring that right hand. We can bring it to the side of us if we have something stable. We can bring it to our thigh. If we have a chair that has an arm on it, we can even bring it to the arm. Okay, so just grab it wherever feels comfortable. The left arm is going to reach all the way up. Feel that length through that whole left side. And then stay here or like we're high-fiving the side wall. Try to keep that left hip pressing down so that you feel this long stretch. Full breath in and release. And we'll switch. Left hand plants down. Right arm reaches. Feel that length. Keep that right hip pressing down. Inhale, reach. High five that wall. Big breath in. And release. Roll the shoulders, wiggle it out a little bit. Make sure those feet are at least hip distance apart, if not a little wider. Okay, sit up tall. And then we're just going to very slowly we'll start with the left hand. And we're just going to bring that left hand all the way as far to the right as we can. Good. Back to center. Nice and slow. So we don't want to use momentum here. Just nice, slow movements, kind of like Tai Chi movements. You're going to really feel this in your obliques. Now it's stretching one part of the oblique while it's stretching the other. Okay. We'll even out our sides, one more side. And then release. Shake it out. We'll give our upper body a little bit of a break. We'll move into those legs. So we're going to take that right leg and we're going to reach it all the way forward. Toes point up, heel goes down into the ground. Our posture is still nice and tall here. Let me move this a little bit so you can see a little bit more of my foot. Perfect. Good. So toes up. That right leg is pretty long and straight. Again, tall posture. So don't let this kind of let you. Nice and slow. Great stretch for our ankles. It also is great to build that strength for not only our ankle, but for the muscles around our knee too. Again, tall posture. Now big circles with your ankle. Yeah, get all those creaks and cracks out. Reverse those circles. Perfect. Toes flex up. They flex back. A little bit of a bend in that knee because we don't want to hyperextend that knee joint. Hands come to that left thigh. Again, tall posture. So rather than collapsing, I want you to keep that chest tall and broad. And then just think about that low belly pressing into that left thigh. Okay, it's just going to be enough. You'll feel that pull in the back of that right leg. Okay, these are our hamstrings. So important that we keep them stretched, that we give them any kind of a love that we can. And a lot of us, they're just going to be very tight. It's very normal for them to be tight. So we don't generally stretch them out. These are really the muscles that keep us from touching our toes, from picking something up off the ground, or getting up off the ground. And when these are really tight, they can bring a lot of tension to our low back too. And an easy stretch, something we can do when we're sitting, when we're watching TV. Good, and then go ahead and relax. Perfect. So we're gonna stay working with that right leg. We're gonna just turn a little bit to the left. And again, whatever chair you're on, you'll notice, just do it so that it's comfortable. And we're gonna take that right leg and sweep it out. Okay, move that left leg so that heel is right under our knee. All right, so if we're here like this and we feel like we're leaning back, try to get those hips right underneath our shoulders. So now you'll feel that major stretch in that inner thigh here. Good, sit up nice and tall. Perfect. So really important that we keep those inner thigh muscles stretched out. You'll really feel them. These muscles are we're always using them to walk, to keep our legs together, even to drive. So these muscles can be really tense on us. Perfect. Now you can stay here. This might be enough. This might be all you need. Otherwise, we can bring that right hand to that right thigh, and we can move it down just a couple inches. Now, same thing. Don't let it collapse you forward. Try to keep that left shoulder pulling back as you reach down. Good. Because I want you to feel that stretch right now in the back of that left hip. Now you can stay here, or you can extend that left arm all the way up towards the ceiling. Good. Feel that whole left shoulder blade lift and feel that left hip press down as you reach up. Good. Big breath in and release. Perfect. Come back to neutral. Wiggle out those legs a little bit. You'll feel a major difference in that right to that left. Sit up tall. Left leg goes forward. Heel down. Toes point up. Leg is pretty straight. Now flex those toes back and forward. Good. Nice and slow. You can even, when you flex them back, you can even sit there for a moment. Same thing when you push them forward. And just notice where you feel that tension. Don't hide from it. Obviously, if it feels like pain, limit yourself. Limit that feeling a lot. We don't want to feel pain, especially when we're stretching. But if you feel that stretch, you can sit there with it for a moment. Good. Now we're going to roll the ankles in nice big circles. Good. Reverse those circles. Perfect. Flex those toes up, flex them back. Hands come to that right leg, that tall posture again. Nice broad chest. Okay, no collapsing forward. And then just lean that low belly into that right thigh a little bit. Okay, just enough where we feel that pull back here. Now, the more you pull those toes back, the more you're going to feel it too. And breathe. Don't forget to breathe. One more breath. And then go ahead and release. Good. Still working with that left leg. We're just going to turn a little bit on our chair again. I think the biggest problem is sometimes, the chairs kind of cut off the circulation in our inner thighs. So just move so that it feels comfortable. And then we're going to take that left leg and move it out. Make sure that right heel is underneath our knee. And if we're starting to lean back here, try to bring those shoulders on top of our hips. Good. All right, let that inner thigh here start to stretch. It doesn't take much for most of us. Keep the tall posture. Good. We'll bring that left hand to that left thigh. Right shoulder pulls back. Okay. Start to walk it down just a little bit. Don't need much. You'll feel that pull in that right hip. And breathe. Nice long breath. You can stay here or you can extend that right arm up. Feel that length through that right side. Ground down through your right hip. Bursting up and reaching over. Full breath. And release. Good. Come back to neutral. Both of those hips feel pretty good now. Good. We'll give a little bit more love to our hips here. So feet are going to come together. Move towards the edge of our seat, but just make sure you have that stability in your seat too. Okay. Feet together. And then we're just going to take our legs open wide. And then nice and slow. Again, don't use momentum, and then squeeze them together when we get here. Good. Open up. So good for our hips. It really is taking that joints in there and moving it. So it's good for that mobility of your hip joint. Now, if you've ever had a major hip replacement and they've said no outer rotations of your hips, don't do this. You know it probably. But otherwise, if you've never been told that, this is great for that hip mobility. It's great for those muscles, or for our pelvis muscles. God, don't forget to breathe. Just one more. Good, and I realize I'm starting to fall off my seat already. All right, so get yourself back. We're gonna grab whatever we're using to lengthen our arms. So again, it can be a towel, it could be a kitchen rag, anything. So a belt, anything close by. I'm just using a pillow. So I'm gonna grab both sides here, just perfect enough to give me that space. And then I'm going to grab all the way up, and then I'm gonna make big circles with it. So reach all the way forward, and then all the way back. Good. Try to keep those arms apart. So let that space between your hands be consistent. Good. All right, let's reverse it. So other way. Good. Just one more. Nice and slow. Perfect. And release. Good. Perfect. Arms are going to come all the way up. Tight little fists, and then almost violently open them up. Perfect. We'll give our arms a break after this. Okay, this is really good for that lymphatic system. It gets all that junk we carry in our fingers, gets it moving down to our body so it can filter it. Okay. Really tires out our arms, but it also helps with any inflammation that we have in our fingers and our wrists. Try to keep those shoulders relaxed. One more. God, and relax. Oh, I feel it. I feel it. So we'll go back into those legs, give our arms a little break. So we're going to take that right ankle and we're going to bring it on top of our left knee. So know you have a lot of options here. You can have that left leg straighter and bring it on like here. You could even bring it up and then bend that left knee a little bit, just a little bit, okay? Or you could slowly bend it more. All right, so really great stretch to do for sciatic nerve issues, even for, I'm trying to think, the low back, the SI joints, any low back tension, really good pose to do. This is actually really great to do on the floor too, because it keeps that low back, it keeps it centered, it keeps it completely square and non-moving. So if you did this exact thing on the back, you would just grab behind that left thigh. All right, so here we're really stretching it out. We feel it stretching here. Okay. And breathe. This is one of the muscles that take the longest for us to stretch it. So they say 3 to 5 minutes. We will not stay here for 3 to 5 minutes. But just know that if you're doing this at home, it is beneficial to do it for 3 minutes. Good. 2 more breaths. And then release. Shake out that hip. And then we'll switch. So your sides can be completely different. So be mindful for it. This side is so much easier for me. So, but again, know that your options are, again, to keep that other leg straighter. You're going to bring it to your shin. You could eventually bring it up, slowly bending that knee. Even if you have a towel as your prop, you can hold it with the towel as long as you sit up tall. Okay. God, let that hip stretch out here. And breathe. Good. If you feel it opening up, you can also fold into it too. One more breath. And then slowly release. Good. Shake out those legs. We'll reset. So big breath in, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. 2 more, just like that. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last one here. All right, so we're going to bring those feet nice and wide here, wider than hip distance. We're going to bring those elbows to our thighs. Got it. So for most of us, we're already feeling this in our hips, maybe a little bit in our back. Hopefully you're nice and stable in your seat, so you don't feel like you're going to fall out. So this is a great one for our hips. It's good for that low back. It literally makes that low back lengthen and kind of decompresses it, because that low back really holds so much tension for us, so much weight. Good. Now we can stay here for a lot of this. This is perfect. This is right where we need to be. If you don't feel anything here, maybe you bring your hands to the floor. Good. Now this just kind of accelerates that stretch here. You could even let your head be heavy, relaxing your shoulders. Take a deep breath in. Good, and then we'll come up to our elbows. Take a couple breaths here, because this kind of pose can make us dizzy. God, look at this music going. Good, stay here for a moment. Take as much time as you need here. And when you're ready, come all the way up. Good, we'll reset. Big breath in, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. 2 more, just like that. Breathe. Good, last one, reach up. Perfect. We'll bring our elbows to our sides. We're going to give those rotator cuffs a little love. So nice, just big circles. No. My dog, of course. Good, so nice big circles. Now, if you feel any tension here, make those circles smaller. I swear my dog knows when I'm doing a Zoom anything, because he just wants to be in it. Good. Reverse those circles now. So this is so good for our rotator cuffs. It really stretches out all of our muscles, all 13 of them that make up our rotator cuff. Good. Perfect. So keep those elbows right in our sides. Palms come together. And then we're just going to open as wide as we can. Good. Back together. Couple more. Nice and slow. Last one. Good. Hands back together. And then we'll open up one more time. And then we're going to reach those arms all the way up. Nice big stretch. Keep them wide. And then like we're pulling something down. I want you to try to pull those elbows back. Get arms up. Reach them high. And down. 2 more. Good. Nice little squeeze when they get there. Last one. Good. And release. Good. Shake out those shoulders. Perfect. Our arms are going to come out nice and wide. And we're just going to give ourselves a nice big hug. Perfect. Who doesn't like a nice good hug? Especially right now. Sometimes we just got to hug ourselves. Perfect. So you're going to feel those shoulder blades kind of pull apart a little bit. Again, we hold so much tension in our back right between our shoulder blades. So this is a great way to stretch them out. Good. We can be still here. We can move around a little bit. Whatever feels good. Just don't hurt yourself. All right, we're going to switch sides. So remember which hand is on top. And then just open up nice and slow. And then other arm on top. Got it. Perfect. Same thing. Whatever feels right. Maybe it's just even rolling forward. Good. Good. Open up nice and wide. Big stretch, open. Now we're going to grab that prop again. Again, it helps to make our arms longer. We're going to bring it behind us. So I'm just going to turn this way so you can see what it's going to look like. So we're going to grab that with both of our hands, and then we're going to pull our shoulders back. Pull that chest forward. Maybe we look up. Now our hands can be relaxing on our seat. They can be relaxing on our back. Whatever feels good. So don't feel like you have to keep them open and use your muscles. Okay? So we just really want to stretch out those muscles in our chest, along our collarbone. Breathe. Good. Keep pulling that chest forward. And release. Good. Perfect. Wiggle it out a little bit. We'll reset. Breathe in, reach up. Breathe out. Good. 2 more. Full breath. And out. Last one. All right, great. So feet are going to be a little wider than hip distance. We're going to move that spine again. Hopefully we freed up some space in it. So as we breathe in, pull that belly button forward, shoulders roll back. Maybe we look up. And then exhale, round, rolling it all forward. Good, just 2 more here. Pulling that belly forward. And rolling back. Last one. Big breath. Back to center. Sit up tall. Feet are still hip distance apart. Tall spine, so lengthen through your spine. We're going to do a little bit of a twist here. Keep those legs nice and strong here. So we're going to take that right hand. We're going to grab the outside of our left leg. Now this normally is going to want to make that leg fold in. I want you to push that leg into that hand. Tall spine, and then let that kind of twist you. Good. You can reach that left hand back. One more breath. And release. Perfect. Same thing, other side. Strong legs. Left hand to the outside. Tall spine. So don't let yourself fold forward here. Tall spine. Push and twist. One big breath in. And release. Good. Keep those feet. We're going to bring that right elbow to our right thigh. And then we're going to reach that left arm all the way up. Okay? So I want you to reach it up and open. Perfect. So you'll feel a little bit of that back of that psoas muscle here. Maybe in the front too. Big breath in. And release. And switch it out. Right arm reaches up. Full big breath in. And release. Perfect. Left elbow this time. We're going to just pull that left elbow up and back. And release. Right elbow up and back. And release. Yep. Come back to neutral. Again, make sure you feel nice and stable in your seat. First, start off with those heels right underneath our knees. Okay, and then from there, we're going to slide those heels back. All right, so the heels are going to kind of pop off of our floor a little bit here. All right, so here, I want you to really lift those heels. Ooh, got a Charlie horse. And then press the heels down. Good. Lift them up. And then press them down. Tall spine. Good. So just kind of warming up those calves. You'll feel those calves work here. Hopefully you don't get a Charlie horse like I did. And then press those heels down. Again, so good for our feet. Just like we got our lymphatic system moving with our fingers, we're kind of doing the same thing with our feet. We're forcing our blood to get pumped up through to the rest of our body. Okay. And really in this part of our body is where we filter that blood. We take bad things out of it and we put good things back into it. We oxygenate it. So it's important to constantly have that blood moving. And sometimes they tend to really sit in our feet. Good. One more time. And release. Good. We're going to bring both those feet out in front of us. And then we're going to wiggle our toes. That's literally all we're going to do. Just like we were kind of violently doing that with our fingers, we're doing the same thing with our toes. I know, lots of muscles there. You're really starting to feel it. All right, and then relax. Wiggle those legs out. We'll just reset. So big breath in, reach up. And exhale it in. 2 more. Find that breath. And exhale. Last one, reach, extend, breathe. Good. I'm going to roll those shoulders again, one at a time. Nice and slow. Hopefully you can feel some space you've created here. Good, and then release. Good. So we're going to try another one. Listen to your body on this. Same things. If you've ever been told no outer rotations in your hips, listen to that. So we're going to bring our feet wide and straight. Okay. Toes point up. And then from here, I want you just to point the toes back and then try to point the toes out. And now in. Good. Again, don't use momentum to do it. I want you just to nice and slow, use those muscles, feel those muscles in your outer hips, your inner thighs. So again, this is so good for, and I'm starting to move in my seat. These are so good for the mobility of our hip. It's literally taking that joint in our hip and it's moving it. It's lubricating all the parts of that hip. It's keeping it able to move. It's keeping it healthy. It's also really working those smaller muscles that keep our hip where it needs to be and functioning like it needs to be. Because really the only thing that's keeping our hip in that joint is those muscles. So if they get loose and they aren't being used or they're not strong, it can be a lot for our hip health. Okay. All right, go ahead and release it. Relax those legs. Sit back into your seat so you're not falling off like I am. All right, we'll reset. Big breath in, reach up. Exhale it in. 2 more, full breath. Good, just last one. Breathe. Good, and then release. Perfect. All right, we're sitting in our seat here, nice and tall. I want you to lean forward and then roll. Good. Yep, you're doing it right, I'm sure. I know it feels weird, but you'll start to feel it in little muscles in your back and your hips. And again, don't use momentum, nice and slow. All right, we're going to reverse that circle. Nice and slow. Good. We've moved our spine in so many different ways today. I hope you feel a bit taller, a bit more relaxed. I hope you find some energy and kind of catapults you through the day. Such a beautiful day here in the Chicagoland area. I'm so grateful to see the sun. I wish the grass was green, but hey, I'll pretend. Good, and then release. Awesome. This time we're gonna roll our shoulders together all the way up. Exhale them down and back. 2 more just like that. Last one. Perfect. All right, we'll sit up nice and tall. We're gonna sit back into our seat though. Okay, so hopefully you do have a back to wherever you're at. You do have a couple options for this. You can lean all the way back into it. You can still stay seated tall too, okay? So I'm gonna stay seated just so I can show you guys what we're gonna do. We're gonna take those hands behind us, interlace them, just support our neck, okay? Now I want you to try and keep those elbows wide. If this is starting to make you curl over, then you probably need that lean back, okay? Because I want you to kind of relax here and be able to open up all these muscles in your upper body and your shoulders, okay? So if you're sitting up tall, your neck is still tall, your elbows can get wide. You can feel this stretch. Again, you can be leaning back Just 2 more breaths. Perfect. You can just start to release. Wiggle it out a little bit. Good. We're going to start to prepare for our Shavasana. Our Shavasana just means the end or death of our practice. It is important to just find somewhere that you can really feel relaxed. So with us being at home in our own space, you're more than welcome to lay down, maybe on your couch. You're also welcome just to lean back. Take a moment to find somewhere that's really comfortable for you, okay? All right, get all those wiggles out. I'm gonna let the dog out so he doesn't whine. Okay, and then you're gonna have to lay down. All right, so you're gonna sit back wherever you're at. Get nice and calm and relaxed. Feel tall. Feel that peace. Let's take a deep breath in together. And let it out. Good. Take one more deep breath in. And let that exhale really sink you into this space. Let it signify that calm, that peace. Me too. Calm. Let the muscles in your face get soft. Let the expression on your face be that of peace and calm for this very moment. Feel the skin on your forehead get soft. And let your tongue drop away from the roof of your mouth. Feel that jaw soften. Let your tongue relax. Let those lips split open. With every exhale, let that breath out soften you more into this space. Feeling that exhale as it exits your body. Noticing that moment of stillness between each of your breaths. That moment of calm, of peace. And start to notice those inhales. How different those inhales feel in your body and in your energy. Those exhales feel so calm. They make you feel grounded and relaxed. And yet, those breaths in make you feel energetic, light, let those breaths just kind of cradle you into this space of calm for this very moment. Constantly focusing in on each of those breaths. Our breath is just this remarkable thing. It's our life force. Our body does this on its own without reminder. And yet, we have the ability to completely take it over. Our breath has the ability to calm us down, calm our nervous system, our cardiovascular system. There's nothing we can't get through with our breath. Of all of the things our body does wrong for us sometimes, there's so much beautiful things that our body does with us or does for us without fail. Without skipping a beat. And our breath is one of them. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Cultivate that movement back into your body. When you're ready, let those movements get bigger. Take a nice big stretch. Wherever you're at, stay exactly where you're at. So if you're laying down, just end your practice here. Hands will still come to our heart center. Palms meet. Chest lifts high into your thumb knuckles. Thank you for sharing this space with myself and everyone else there today, whether it's live or when you get to practice. I'm so grateful for this space, for this opportunity. We always end our practice with Namaste, and that just means the light in me honors that very light in you. Namaste. Jody, you're already there. How are you? You guys, like always, it's a pleasure. We always welcome your questions or your comments. I look forward to the day that I get to see you guys in person. Until then, we'll continue these classes, and then Jody probably has some awesome things to tell you.
What a great session. I mean, every session, you guys, is different. I really encourage going back to the YouTube channel and checking it out. You can do one every day at this point. You could, yes, and just pick a favorite and repeat that however it works best for you. Marty, really, really cool today. That was awesome.
If I could ever keep my, it's the beauty of working at home. If I could ever keep this dog from not wanting to bother me the whole entire time, we'd be in good shape.
But your dog is adorable, so it's okay. It's really cute.
Yeah. He's usually sleeping at this time, and of course he wants to play because I'm on Zoom.
I understand, but he knows you're giving love to some other people, so Anyways, thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. I see we had a really nice number of live watchers today, which always makes me excited and happy. Yes.
Sure.
Definitely tune in every Thursday, 10 a.m. Okay, so we will be back
11 o'clock.
at 10 a.m. next week. And until that time, definitely check out our new newsletter. It is full. Thanks. It's full of it's full of information and extra good this time for March and April.
I started taking my break at 10.
My 10-year-old wants to tell me all about it right now.
I love it.
I know. The next event that I have coming up is Monday. It's Art Excursions, and it's about the Chicago World's Fair of 1933-1934. It's really cool. Jeff Meshore from Riverside, Illinois, is an expert on giving these tours in person, and now has created the virtual. So please check that out. Register online, addisonlibrary.org, Addison YouTube channel. Thanks, Marty.
All right. Bye, you guys.